G. Fox building.
Harvard?
Harvard.
Harvard?
And you know what it, yeah,
I
well,
was thinking
I'm Massachusetts,
Providence.
so whatever I say is gonna be just opposite of what everybody says in Connecticut.
Okay.
So, I was a student there back in them days. And, yeah, it changed a lot, didn't it? It went from a clothing store to a college. And so with that, I have, the first poem is going to be G. Fox.
Yes.
Just for everybody to see. It's an ink and pencil drawing, which my head case for art as well as poetry. So, here goes the first. G. Fox. The fox is here, still cunning and shy. She's a rebirth of a sort seen through the naked eye. We walk through stone mazes past silent walls, down shallow halls. Our chatter was such you would think it to be the cluck, cluck, cluck in a hen house. Stone steps we now climb on metal rungs, rising as if we were ascending on Gabriel's ladder. Doors of mirrors, passage locked in time, still motion asked to stop, 7 to 11, tick-tock. I'll explain those, whoever wants to know about it. Still motion asked to stop, again, 7 to 11, tick-tock. Now an elevated flight to this floor and that, parallel for both sexes to be had. Time was then a store so grand, we sought our need for both woman and man. But this is now, and this place and time has replaced its purpose with a greater exchange in mind. Knowledge we seek within these framed walls to pass on to others, its wisdom to both great and small. And that's it. If anybody, again, knew when, if you've ever been in the college, there's two places I talked about, which was the door of mirrors. There was an artist years back before me, who had taken and made an exact duplicate of the doors that people would go in and out of, except for one factor. The doors were completely closed and locked, and they were mirrors. So it was a reflection of what you saw on one side to a reflection on the other side. So that's how that stayed. Then the other is the where the passage locked and time was still. What somebody also had done was this big wheel that used to go from the first floor all the way up and right back down around. And what would happen is you could actually wind that wheel up and you would actually watch it like a clock going around, and it was different little figures and all this stuff that was on it. And that's where that plot was on that one. So, second poem. This poem is, if you want to call it that, it's me complaining. I said to others, it's me bitching. The whole concept is that I don't know how many of you ladies and gentlemen out there, you're on your phone, you text to somebody, and you do the words, you know, here's the great English, we turn around, we put it out there, and we express that. And that's the only way we can express, because it's not like we wrote a letter and we sent it out to somebody and that they understand what we wrote on a letter. So when we text things, whether we punctuate or we don't punctuate, whether we capitalize or don't capitalize, whatever, it becomes an issue. And so this is me trying to deal with the issue. It's called text words. We are held accountable for our words. So who holds the accounts? Excuse me, let's try this one again. Page 3, on page 2 of page 1. Okay, rewind. It's still text words. Nothing is what nothing can be. To understand without understanding is nothing. Love is nothing without honesty, truth, and faith in all that can be. Words in a youth's mind, evolutionary. When a desire to conform, adjust, and adapt to a life then became beliefs so misguided through old points in time, they became shackled, crushed, and dismembered. Those points ended the past. Balance, tolerance, awareness now measured day by painful day, month by tolerant month. Ending never new, nor ever old. just an endless challenge of the abyss. Text, again. Time. Time has meaning for some. Where to be, where to go, how long, how short. Is it morning or evening? And when time will end. Nothing is what nothing can be. Understand? Words text are mere words, misunderstood by some, guessed at by others, a complete challenge to a smaller group. Just words of nothing, physical, emotional, and purposeful. A nothing to an understanding of the accountable nature. Page 3. We are held accountable for our words. So who holds the accusers accountable for theirs? Where does the deception lie? Seekers seek the truth. Text images of shown still lifes, how lovely. Believe not to disbelieve, nor to love or not to. Odd choices when one has distance of the nothing. For the nothing can be a trifle, a misconceived notion until reality takes a risk. One cannot mystically conjure up a life, a love, or an extension to one's life. Nor must one perceive that one's existence is a mere whisper in the wind. And in essence, entity, or thing, one can be a pulse to a heart, a mold, shape, body of life, all beyond text and words.
Okay.